Oui, oui,
Pareil.
oui, oui, oui. Tu as la gentillesse de tes parents, c'est sûr.
Similaire.
Oui, oui,
yeah.
c'était un couple qui s'aimait, tes parents.
Oui, oui, oui.
C'est un bel exemple de la
C'était un bel exemple, ces parents.
Est-ce que vous avez un mot pour me décrire?
Il y a plusieurs mots. Indescriptible,
Non.
intouchable,
Untouchable.
mystérieux, mystérieux, ouais.
Ça va.
Inattaquable.
Rien ne me touche. Hein?
Si je peux, si tu veux, je peux te. Mais il y a une partie de toi que tu ne dévoiles pas.
Vous voyez une partie de moi tout le temps,
Oui.
mais il y a un petit secret dedans.
Ouais. Hier, on m'a demandé si j'étais croyant. Si je croyais, j'ai répondu Joker. Joker.
Qu'est-ce que c'est Joker?
Dans les cartes, il y a le Joker.
Ah oui, le Joker.
Tu,
Oui, oui.
tu vois?
Oui.
C'est qu'une partie de toi, ça ne te regarde personne.
Oui, oui.
Ça fait partie de toi, tu ne dois pas le raconter. Et je crois que toi aussi, tu as une partie de toi qui est...
What keeps me going is I have rent to pay every month. That's the first thing. Secondly, I love being on stage because I'm still 7 years old and I like showing off. I mean, that's basically what all performers are. We're show-offs. And I love music and I want to share what I've discovered with the world, and hopefully they'll enjoy what I've discovered. I suppose that's sort of what it is. Time to go home.
Yes, I'm afraid.
Como é que é? Can I ask you something?
Yes.
It's a romantic.
Very, very.
Could you
We're
sing
all
it
sort of
explicitly to us?
people who haven't quite grown up. I think that's what being an entertainer is.
No, they have lots of them everywhere. Bessie, 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 get your fat arm off me.
You really like that.
Bessie, 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 get your fat arm off me.
I think you only actually grow up when you have your own kids, because then you've got responsibilities. I don't have children. I have no responsibilities. My only thoughts have to be about me.
Gets worse though.
Just a little more. Come
Okay.
on. No problem.
They've got to pay my rent. But I want to do it anyway, so all I want to do is do it anyway, but for more money and at better venues.
Bessie, 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 just my knee. Ladies, if you want to meet me, just
Mulheres, se vocês querem me encontrar,
the number to contact me is 288-4774.
See if I can sing this. Wendy looks into a mirror, hates what she sees there, wishes she had hair like Sister Jane. Every evening she sits waiting, no one ever calls. I'm going to be celebrating my 70th on the 31st of January, and I thought, as a major songwriter in your own right, that perhaps you ought to be there and sing a couple of your songs.
Oh, I'd love to be there for you, Earl. It'd be a pleasure. Yeah, to share the stage with you. In fact, we're doing, if you fancy another jolly, we're doing another one of those lovely nights up at the Earl Hague at the end of the month, 29th it is, so...
I have no idea, but I'll put it in my diary, because I can't spell properly. And,
sure, well, this one, it's the cover song that we're doing is the song that you fell in love, the song that reminds you of your first love.
Oh, I see, there's I haven't had one yet. I'm still
well, you could be yourself. It could just be you.
I'm still working on it.
They loved him in Ireland. We were in Ireland together on a couple of occasions, and I remember the girls saying to him, "What kind of girl are you looking for?" One time we were all having a meal together or an after gig, and he paused for a moment. He said, "One like my mum," he said, and that kind of they all looked at it's a sort of answer you would give on TV shows years ago, but I think Earl meant it because his dear mum was ultra important to him. Helma had the privilege of meeting her. She was an absolutely charming lady, and her husband Wolfie was a lovely guy, and they thought the world of Earl, and they just relished his success and the people that he knew, the great people.
The reason I didn't get married, I think, is because if I were to get married, I wanted something at the same standard that I'd seen around me. I thought that's what marriages should be. And they both loved each other without question. And I didn't find any women like that who would it seemed to be so natural for the pair of them. It didn't seem to be any effort involved. And I'm sure you know, chatting up women that you don't know is always a stress. And I get the feeling that when it works, there's no stress, it just is natural. You just somehow fall into each other's arms because you were meant to be. And until I found somebody like that, I wasn't going to get too involved, and I never have found anybody. I've never been able to get near it, so here I am alone. When I fall in love, it will be forever, or I'll never fall in love. In a restless world like this is, love is over before it's begun, and too many moonlight kisses seem to cool in the warmth of the sun.
I don't know how that would work with what he does, because he's not your regular person. He doesn't do normal things. He's not going to flop down on the sofa and watch TV all night. He's constantly creating and writing and composing and doing his opera and his piano music and his bossa and his jazz. He's just so full on. I mean, I think it's a little sad.
And the moment that I feel that you feel that way too.
Lots of people at the club, and it wasn't just the girls either, really took a fancy to him, and he never responded or reciprocated. I mean, I knew him when he was 17. I'm talking about when he was 17. He wasn't having any of it. He was always the loner. We had this relationship, definitely, but it was all one-sided. And I think the reason for that was that he was just terrified, absolutely terrified of human contact. When I was hurt that he didn't like me more, didn't understand. Nobody understood in those days.
I think he made the choice to be like kind of a romantic in a platonic way, in a sad way. And he has this dream to have something, but his life is so everyday, kind of catching him and taking him and controlling him.